Star Wars Outlaws. What to expect from Ubisoft's galactic adventure. Star Wars Outlaws is touted as the first open-world Star Wars game ever, taking place across focused maps and areas pertinent to the story. The events of the story occur between The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi in the Star Wars timeline. As we explored in our behind-the-scenes look at the making of the open world, while setting off to 4 planets, with Star Wars Outlaws will also introducing us to Toshara, a new moon location for the Star Wars universe. We made sure to do our homework, says narrative director Navid Khavari. We didn't just look at the original films, we looked at George Lucas's own inspirations, Akira Kurosawa, World War II movies like the Dambusters and spaghetti westerns. You see the care that was taken in that original trilogy to make it tonally consistent. We need to make this feel like it has high stakes, lighthearted humor, emotional tension, growth between characters, the hero's journey. Ubisoft officially confirmed the Star Wars Outlaws release date will be August 30th, 2024. We also know that Star Wars Outlaws will be released for PS5, PC, and Xbox Series X, with pre-orders now available across all platforms. The upcoming adventure is also getting special gold and ultimate editions, which both come with certain bonuses including 3 days of early access, meaning you can play from August 27th, but they come with hefty price tags. The gold edition is $109.99, £94.99, and ultimate clocks in at $129.99. £114.99. Over cocktails, the two got talking about a potential collaboration. The first pitch was in February 2020, after we'd shipped Division 2, says creative director Julian Garidi. We had a small crew of people, concept artists, game designers, and we went to San Francisco with a really short pitch deck based around 3 concepts: Star Wars, open world, and a scoundrel story. Set in the year between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, Outlaws follows Kay, an ambitious street thief, as she attempts to pay off a huge bounty on her head by assembling a crew and taking on the heist of a lifetime. To me, the appeal of Star Wars wasn't the Jedi farm boy, it wasn't the cantankerous old space wizard, says Garidi. It was the cool guy, surfing the galaxy with his best friend, and the most iconic ship. I really doubled down on those archetypal characters and what their possibilities were in terms of gameplay. So given this emphasis on space scoundrels, weren't the team tempted to just make a Han Solo game? Garidi shakes his head. We always wanted a character that was not Han Solo, he says. Han is already the coolest guy in the galaxy. Kay is a street thief who ends up falling into one bad deal and gets catapulted here and there like a pinball, and all of a sudden, she's negotiating with Jabba the Hutt. We did a lot of casting, and Humberly Gonzalez's personality was the last piece of the puzzle. Her voice, her performance, her approach to the character on the page brought so much. It was this concentration on gangland intrigue that inspired the game's positioning within the Star Wars timeline, an idea that came from Lucasfilm. We were just looking for the right moment that would define the gameplay and allow you to go to cool, interesting places to meet interesting characters, says Steve Blank, director of franchise content and strategy at Lucasfilm. So we found a place that was rife with opportunity for an underworld narrative. The eyes of the Empire are focused very much on the Rebel Alliance, so organized crime has been able to thrive. Jabba the Hutt is at the height of his power. We knew we had to allow player agency, and that really factors into how Star Wars works, says Khavari. We tried to create a tonal blueprint that was both from Empire and Return of the Jedi, and fuse that into every story character and vendor that you run into, so that it still feels like it's part of the same journey. It took me a little while to realize this, but Star Wars is uniquely suited to an open-world game. That's why fans have been clamoring for that for so long, myself included.